We spent the last year driving this.
Yes, it's a BMW 3 Series, but this one is special.
It's a 335d, as in diesel.
Diesel 3 Series. Cue the played-out record scratch.
Many people may not even know that BMW sells a diesel version of the 3 Series. I mean, this vehicle doesn't exactly scream, "I'm a diesel!" Notice the lack of diesel badging or any special design cues?
But as we found during our year-long loan, putting a diesel in the engine bay of a 3 Series was a pretty solid idea. In fact, the 335d has emerged as a true favorite among the KBB editorial staff, and we've enjoyed driving it so much, we've put about 20,000 miles on it. So what did we learn about the 335d in the last year?
For starters, torque is good for more than towing. Torque can be fun, and the 335d has plenty of it. With 425 pound-feet of torque on hand, you can go from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds.
Forget about the numbers. What matters is how it feels, and how it feels is amazing. When you punch the throttle, you go. That's all thanks to a super torquey diesel engine, gives you instant power. That coupled with a 6-speed automatic transmission, just brilliant.
And with no nasty smell, no black smoke, and no intrusive engine noise, it just goes to show how far modern diesels have come.
Despite all of our praise, there are a few flaws with the diesel engine. Floor it from a stop, and it takes a moment for the turbos to come online. The lag isn't terrible, but it's worth noting.
Also worth noting is the standard stability control. Power delivery can be abrupt, making the rear tires break loose, so disengage DSC at your own risk.
Something else worth noting is the availability of diesel. I had a really hard time finding the stuff. In my neighborhood, there are no diesel stations, and I almost ran out of fuel a couple of times.
Yeah, but he lives in the middle of a city. I live out in the suburbs, and there is a station right across the street from my house. And on any major highway, you can stop at a truck stop and find diesel. And if for some reason the nozzle doesn't fit in the back, cylinder please, you can use this nozzle adapter, which BMW gave us, just so the nozzle fits in the back. Ugh, smells like diesel.
Stanky.
In our year in the 335d, we averaged about 32 miles per gallon in mixed driving. Now, a regular old gasoline-powered 335 will get you about 26 miles per gallon on the highway. So considering that diesel is currently cheaper and has been on average in the past year in California, that's a pretty good deal.
In fact, some of us managed to achieve BMW's estimate of 36 miles per gallon on the freeway. Maybe some of us are better drivers than others.
Well, maybe some people that we know drive like grandmas.
The latest version of iDrive actually makes it easier rather than harder to get through the navigation, Bluetooth, and audio controls. And the widescreen's pretty nifty too.
Our 335d did not come with the optional folding rear seat. Inspiring two questions. One, if I go to that store, that Swedish store where you can buy and build your own furniture, and I get something long, will it fit on the roof? And will I be able to secure it? Maybe not. Question number two, why is a folding rear seat optional on a BMW?
The optional multifunction seats rocked. Even with the car's sports suspension, they kept us in place and they were incredibly comfortable on long rides. As a creepy bonus, the adjustable lateral support makes it feel like the car is literally hugging you.
The cup holders are almost laughably bad. Look, put this in here. I dare you to turn and not have this fall. Maybe they don't use cup holders in Germany, but in America, I want somewhere to put my Starbucks where it's not going to scald my crotch.
Problems over the past year were minor, but we did head to the local BMW dealership a few times for service. Replacing the 335's run-flat tires ain't cheap. We got a nail stuck in one, and a replacement tire cost us about $400.
Despite the low-end grunt of the diesel engine, we couldn't quite accelerate out of the way of some lady who ran a red light. BMW fixed the rear bumper and had our car looking like new.
Right around the time when the 335D's odometer showed 19,000 miles, the car's computer system warned us that we had to add more exhaust scrubbing urea solution within the next 999 miles. Otherwise, the car wouldn't operate. This meant that we had to get to our local dealership to add the solution, as it's not something you can add yourself.
The iPod interface began failing intermittently. A bummer for the music fans among us. Also a bummer, paying $320 for a replacement cable once the car is out of warranty.
All things considered, we really loved our time in the 335d.
Which isn't surprising. If you take a world-class sedan and cram a powerful, modern, efficient diesel engine in it, good things are bound to happen.
Which really begs the question, if it's so good, why is it so rare to see one on the road?
Our guess? Price.
Our car, as equipped, cost a hefty $50,000. A comparable gasoline 3 Series would have cost about $3,300 less.
Not an insignificant premium, even considering the D's superior fuel economy.
But price isn't the only factor to consider.
For some drivers, effortless acceleration, impeccable fuel economy, and the chance to mingle with truckers while refueling is worth a few extra bucks.
So if that sounds like you, the 335d might be the BMW of your dreams.